I've been wanting to film something since ages, but I just can't bring myself to do it because I get overwhelmed, I procrastinate, I'm a perfectionist, and I feel like I have to wait for everything to be perfect in order to get started. But basically, my point is the advantages of growing up, growing older, and becoming more mature. I've been reflecting on that since some time now. I guess that I'm in my late 20s, so I am 28 years old, and I feel like I'm changing a lot as a person, and I love it. I mean, most people, when they hear about growing older, it's viewed as an experience that is unwanted, that is not beneficial, that is unglamorous. Everyone associates getting older with no longer being desirable, no longer feeling desirable, no longer feeling young, and just starting to lose out on life. But for me, I feel like it's the opposite. I've always been a very mature person for a relatively young age. And I'm not saying that to blow my own trumpet, but it's just a fact. I mean, I've been struck by challenges since I was very, very young. I went through mental health challenges and I overcame them, and then it forced me to grow up. It forced me to become a lot more mature for kids my age. And my teachers were always pointing out the fact that I was really, perhaps in my mind, I was really reflecting and talking like an adult. That helped me a lot in my studies, especially considering that I was studying the arts and literature and language, so I was very much able to communicate with words and express certain things that required a certain level of maturity. So today, I guess my main realization, especially this year, is that I have finally started to accept myself. I don't know if it's a question of age, but I can definitely say that when I was younger, when I was a teenager or even a young adult, I was like the majority of young people, very keen and eager and almost desperate to be accepted, to be approved, to have friends. I was not really hungry to be accepted or to get attention as such, but I was a huge people pleaser. In what sense? In the sense that when someone would contradict me or someone would not agree with me, I would change my opinion just to get them to agree with, just to not displease anyone. I would be always afraid of, like I said, like I wouldn't even dream of offending someone or telling someone the truth, even if they hurt me, even if they offended me. But I would stay silent. I would just accept it. I would make excuses for them. I would, out of genuine love and affection or friendship, I would tolerate a lot of things that were toxic, that were unhealthy. I would not stand up for myself, and I would just agree with whatever someone was saying to me, even if it was rude or unfair. I would not defend myself. I would feel afraid of defending myself. And even today, I guess I do it unconsciously. I haven't really, I will not pretend that I've become a guru, I've become all enlightened. I'm still working on a lot of things. And there are many times when I do regret not saying something, or I regret saying something. I can remember many instances where even till date, perhaps there are people who they say something that I find totally unacceptable, and it just takes me a bit of time to register that. Otherwise, I would have reacted. But I guess with age, I'm really starting to know what my tastes are, what my likes and dislikes are, what are my main goals in life, what I don't want to do with my time or with my money. And I just feel a lot more confident. So I love this. I love the fact that I genuinely don't care about what anyone thinks about me, whether they like me or not. And I no longer feel offended by people's pettiness. There are some people in life when if you're doing if even if you're not doing anything negative or hurtful or offensive to them, it has nothing to do with what you're doing, but they seem to have a problem with you anyways, whether it's coming from jealousy, whatever it's coming from. So in the past, it used to really bother me. I would really I would believe that they have a reason to dislike me or to insult me, but I don't have a reason to feel hurt. Today, I can say with a lot of pride, and I've worked hard on that, that I can confidently defend myself without attacking someone or insulting them. But I have done it, and I will continue doing it, and it just feels great. I will denounce any act of unfairness or anything that someone is saying that is not correct, that is not respectful. I will address that issue. I will tell the person, and I no longer feel the need to impress anyone, whether it's with my appearance. I don't follow anyone. I just follow what I just I'm a very original person, so I don't feel any need whatsoever to modify who I am, whether it is my language, whether it is my hobbies, or my spending habits, my eating habits. I stay true to myself. And I am very proud of that, because there are so many people in the world who are so insecure that they will do anything just to get people to be around them. I am so confident that I have the ability to go alone in group events where I don't know anyone. I've done that so many times, and it just gave me a bigger boost in my self-esteem. You have to pat yourself on the back when you do something right. We live in a culture or in a generation, or I don't know what's the issue, why we are so uncomfortable with loving ourselves, and it's almost normal to be constantly bringing yourself down. I have my own aunts who I was talking to one of them the other day, and she is like so uncomfortable with praises. Like she will do anything to brush off the compliment, and she will just, even if she's just joking, but she will always try to see something negative about herself, like bringing herself down in using humor. So I realized so many years later that they must really have an issue with loving themselves. Perhaps their parents never gave them that validation or that affection. And I'm not saying that I've been showered with unconditional love and affection growing up either. But that's precisely the point. Today, I am standing at a place in my life where I'm sick of waiting like a beggar for people to give me the respect, the love, the attention, the whatever. I am the one giving it to myself no matter what. You are free to not like me. It doesn't matter at all. I'm not saying that I hate people. I love people. And I have many people, there are many people who love me as well in my life. So when I said whatever I'm doing in my life now, I don't feel the need to fit in. I don't feel any need to push myself, like torture myself just to hang out with people, just to get them to like me. It's totally not my vocabulary anymore. And I love the woman that I'm growing up to become. I'm a lot more poised. I'm a lot more confident. Like I said, I'm strong. I'm aware. I'm self-aware. I love myself very much. I don't know if I said that, but self-love is something that I have really improved on a lot. I haven't reached to the level where I want to be ideally yet, but I've done a lot of work. So I was probably there 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and now I'm there. You see, so it's a huge achievement. I don't have a certificate, I don't have a trophy or a medal, but it's just as important. Like, it's a huge achievement, because every single day I see how people are desperate to get attention. They will do anything to get a bit of attention, even if it's posting pictures of themselves half naked on social media. I'm not judging, I'm just saying that it seems like many people, they are craving a negative kind of attention. It's a very superficial kind of attention, and I've always been everything but not superficial. So that's another thing that I want to add, by the way. One of the biggest perks of growing up is that you start to really identify your shortcomings and your assets. My I must do a video on that, like what are the things which I love about myself. So of course I still struggle to do that, because most of the time I have that negative inner dialogue, that inner critic that is always reminding me of my mistakes, of my weaknesses, and yeah, like any human being, I also need help. I also struggle, and I sometimes I stumble and I fail. But I'm very proud of when I bounce back with my own efforts. I don't expect someone else to come and lift me up. It's just God and I. So I'm going to have to end the video because I feel like my nose is starting to mess with me. As you can notice, my voice has already started fluctuating, so I'm having a very sensitive like nasal cavity these days. I'm sneezing a lot and I'm just not super, something is not really perfect inside there, so I will have to consult a specialist and we will see. We will take it from there, but I feel very happy to be back and to be communicating with you guys.